Java, an object-oriented programming language, well known for its keywords, public static void main string array of args. And in today's video, we're going to be building a game from scratch in 24 hours. What? What the? Just saying, I have never made a game in Java before. I had 24 hours to make a game using a language I have never used to make a game before. Just stop watching. Now seriously, I did some research and I found some libraries for creating games in Java. And the most popular library I saw was LibGDX. So that's what I decided to use for today. I went on their website, looked up their documentation, and hooked it up on VS Code. Now, before I did any development, I decided to do some game designs and make up a title, because I had no title for the game. Now, I had some designs and thoughts made up in my head. I decided to call the game Crew 2, and it's going to be a 2D platformer, where the main character just jumps over rocks and gets scores. Now, I know I could have thought of something better, but because of the boilerplate code I had to write with Java, I decided to keep the game really simple. Now, the first thing I decided to do when I was making the game was make a black screen pop up. And to my surprise, LibGDX already had some template code that made a red screen pop up with an emoji in the center. Now, obviously the game isn't supposed to look like that, so I played around with the resolution a little bit and I found the perfect one.
Nice.
In my design, I also had a sun at the top part of the screen, so I decided to get myself a sun image and add it to the script. So far, Java wasn't actually giving me that much stress. Getting the images and the characters up was quite easy, I cannot lie. It took me some time to actually get the sun to be positioned at the top part of the screen, but after a few trial and errors, I was actually able to do it. Next, I had to work on the rock's movement. I changed the rock's position to a variable x and y, and created a function that incremented x by -2 to make it move towards the player every single time the function is called. Next, I needed to work on the jump mechanic of the character. Now, I created a function called jump, but I needed to be able to check if the user had clicked the spacebar or not. Now, luckily, JDX comes with a function called jdx.input.isKeyPressed that allows me to check if the user had pressed the spacebar or not. So once the user pressed the spacebar, all I had to do was implement the jump function. Next was the gravity. I didn't want the character to just be floating in the air, so I asked ChatGPT to tell me the logic and physics behind gravity to make my character drop back on the floor every single time it jumps. As you can see, the jump height isn't really that good. So, I had to turn up the jump height a little bit, and I also had to add some collision logic. So every single time my character hits the rock, the game ends. Now at this point, I'm basically done with the game. All I needed to do was add some custom fonts and make them look beautiful. Overall, it was actually kind of fun building a game with Java. I thought it was going to be hell, but surprisingly, it was actually quite fun. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to like the video and subscribe. And don't forget to share with more people, as it helps me out a lot. Hope you guys have a blessed week, and I'll see you all later.